So today we're reviewing sections 9.1 to 9.3. These are practice problems for your quiz on Monday. All right, so the first practice problem, all right, is I want you to find, and listen carefully, the square roots, okay, that's with an S on the end, the square roots of the number 100. All right, so we're starting off real basic. Find the square roots of 100. Yeah, that's fine. And I've got some over there on the homework board tray too. If it's out, throw it away. All right, what is it, guys? Positive, negative 10. Okay. All right, number 2. I want you to find the square root. And remember, calculators will be allowed. Okay, the square root of negative 1600. Okay, or the negative square root of 1600, I guess I should say. All right, calculators would be allowed on your quiz. So go ahead and solve that one. All right, and what's the negative square root of 1600, guys? Negative 40. All right, next problem. Please stop talking. All right, what is the square root of 49 over 576? Okay, 49 over 576. You don't need to do the top one in your calculator. The square root of 49, you should know. Okay, over the square root of 576. So the square root of 49 is, we know that. What's the square root of 49? 7. What is the square root of 576?
Also, teachers, I want to...
What was it, guys? 24. Okay. Can that be reduced? So sometimes when you take the square roots of the numbers, the fraction you end up with can still be reduced. Can this one still be reduced? No, it can't. So this is my final answer. All right, let's do another one. All right, we're going to do one more. The negative square root of 2.25. Like if there's a common factor, like if it had been 6/9, like from our lesson, we had 6 over 9, you can reduce that. Okay, but you can't reduce 7 over 24. All right, what's the negative square root of 225? Negative 1.5. All right, so on the next problem, all right, these are the ones that you're going to need to show a little bit of work, okay? So we have 28 minus the square root of 144 squared, okay? So we're going to need a little bit of work here in showing what our answer is. All right, do you guys see anything that might be helpful here? Taking the square root and then also squaring it. Michael? It cancels out. And I didn't tell you this yesterday, but I think this would be really helpful to do on the quiz. We still do have to show some kind of work here, meaning that we didn't just put it in our calculator. So here's what I want you to do to show your work. Put an X through the square root and an X through the square. That shows me that you knew that they canceled out and you didn't just only use your calculator. And so because the square and the square root cancel out, all I'm left with is my number. And then 28 minus 144, that's definitely going to be negative. What's 28 minus 144? 28, just tell me. Negative 116. Okay, so we've got some expressions here. All right, so that's the first 5 problems. Let's look at an equation, okay? So these equations are going to be all in one section, all right? Let's say we had x squared equals 100. X squared equals 100. Go ahead and solve that equation. Okay, Ray, what did you get for your answer? Okay, he is right on the number, okay? So did you show your square root symbol on both sides? Did you show that? But the answer is not 10. It's positive negative, because it's also true that negative 10 times negative 10 is positive 100. So whenever you're taking the square root, you need to make sure you remember that. All right, so let's do another one. Let's do y to the third power equals 343. All right, let's solve that equation. Okay, what am I going to do to both sides here, Mendora? No. No, not the square root, but Kayla? The cubed root. Okay, did you write cubed root? Oh, you didn't do your symbol. Okay, so guys, because it's to the third power, you must show me cubed root. These are going to be in the same section on your quiz and your test. So y equals, what's the cubed root of 343? 7. And that's one that we can memorize. That's one that we wrote on our list yesterday. Now, is it positive negative 7? No, it's only 7, because negative 7 times itself 3 times would be negative, and it wasn't negative in the original. So my answer is just 7. All right, let's do another one. Number 8. Let's do 4z. That's a z. Let's just do an a. Z kind of looks like a 2. 4a squared equals 144. All right, go ahead and solve that one. The square root does not come first. What comes first? Sienna? I need to divide. Okay, so you have to get everything to the other side before you square root it. Divide both sides by 4. What's 144 divided by 4? A squared now equals 36. Okay, now what would I do, Seth? What would I do now? Just tell me. Just look up here. A squared equals 36, so what would I need to do? Square root it. Very good. Calculate, what would be my answer on this? A equals what? She's close. She got the number right, but positive negative. Very good. It's positive negative because it was squared. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. All right, let's do another one. All right, what if you had now, let's see, y to the third power plus 50 equals negative 75. Y to the third power plus 50 equals negative 75. Let's do this one. Okay, what do I do first? Addison, what do I do first?
Subtract 50.
Okay, you need to move your numbers, not connected to the variable, first. So now I have y to the third power equals negative 125. Emmy, what would I do next? Take, what now? What was it called? Oh, what was it called again? What was it called? Not the square root, but the cube root. Very good. The cubed root. So does this show cubed root? This? No, I got to write the little 3. All right, so you're going to lose points on your quiz if you don't write the little 3, because without it, it's a square root, and that's not right. Y equals what? Negative 5. All right, how'd we do on equations? Doing okay on those? All right, so now let's do expressions. All right, so just going to do a couple of these, and then we need to do Pythagorean theorem. All right, so for expressions, oh, I already did expressions for, well, let me do one more. 8 times the square root of 8.41 plus 1.8. Okay, so we talked in previous lessons about the fact that we could just punch this in our calculator and get the answer, but if you have no work, you're not going to get full credit. All right, because the point of it is not, can I put the numbers in my calculator accurately? You've got to be able to do some thinking on your own as well. So use your calculator to do the square root, okay? Use your calculator to do the square root. What is the square root of 8.41? All right, go ahead and take it. What's the square root of 8.41? What is it? 2.9?
I did.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just be confident in your answer. So is it 2.9? Is that how I'm supposed to write it? No. What operation is between the 8 and the square root? Multiplication. So the parentheses make all the difference there. Plus 1.8. Now at this point, you can do your multiplication. Again, you can use your calculator. You're still showing your steps. What's 8 times 2.9? All right, so I have 23.2 plus 1.8 equals what? 25. All right, and that's how I would do an expression. Okay, so let's do a couple more. All right, so a couple more expressions. These will get a little more complicated. All right, let's go 18 minus the cubed root of 27 cubed. Okay, 18 minus the cubed root of 27 cubed. But that's the long way, isn't it? There's a short way to do this. Did anybody catch it? Ruben, did you catch the short way? There's a short way and a long way. Kayla?
27 cancels out because it's
Very good. She said the cubed root and cubing it cancels out. Remember to do the x's. Remember to do the x's through the numbers and then just bring that number down. Okay? Instead, cube root of 27 is not, or 3, and the 3 to the third power is back to 27. Just cancel them out. 18 minus 27 is negative 9. Negative 9. Who got that right? Anybody get that right? Negative 9? Okay, doing good. All right, let's do one more. Well, I say one more. We're running out of time. So let's jump over to Pythagorean theorem. What if I gave you this triangle? You don't have to worry necessarily about doing the triangle. We have 20 inches on one side. We have 21 inches on another side. And then we don't know C. I want you to use, okay, and I'm not going to say it, well, actually, this is how it's going to be worded on your quiz. It's going to say find the missing length. We know we have to use a formula. What is that formula? A squared plus B squared equals C squared, because we see this right angle in the triangle. All right, and that will be there. All right, so go ahead and plug in the values into your formula and solve. Some of you, looks like you're already almost done. Okay, so it's A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Then you have 20 squared plus 21 squared equals C squared. So then you have 400 plus 441 equals C squared. Then you have 841 equals C squared. And now what do? Square root it. Okay, what's the square root of 841? 29. You see what you did? Yeah. Okay, 29 inches equals C. Okay, Yep, that's about all we have time for. You will on Monday also. Do you guys remember? Hold on just one sec. Do you remember when I gave you 3 side links? Let's say 10, 12, and 14. And I said, do these side links make up a right triangle? Do you remember what we needed to do? This is A, this is B, this is C. Okay, so let's plug it into the Pythagorean theorem and test it out. All right? Okay, so we can do that. All right, so it's going to be A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And I just plug my numbers in. 10 squared plus 12 squared equals 14 squared. All right, and 10 squared is 100 plus 144 equals 196. So automatically we know this is not going to equal up. 244 does not equal 196. So these side links are not forming a right triangle. Okay, so this is going to be my answer. All right, we should be all set for our quiz on Monday now.